Bristol Community College, Mathematics with Dan Avedikian, Math 060, Topics in Developmental Mathematics, Section 1.7, Problem 30. This is Section 1.7, Problem 30. It says a group of 8 friends wins $1 million in the lottery. It says if they split the money equally, how much does each of the friends get? That's part A. Well, you have $1 million that you will split with 8 people. So let's see, one more 0. So if you have a calculator that you can use, you would do 1 million, divide by 8, the total winnings divided by the number of people that are going to share the money. And the calculator will tell you the answer right away. Now, if you don't have a calculator and you need to do this problem by hand, it would be 8 divides into 1 million how many times? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, one more. 6 zeros for 1 million. So 8 goes into 1, won't fit. 8 goes into 10. 8 will fit in 1 time for 10. So I put a 1 above the 0 and the 10 and multiply 1 times 8. That gives me an 8. Now 10 minus 8 is 2. So now 2 is good. It's smaller than the 8. So now I go over 1 digit to the right, which is another 0, and I bring that down next to the 2 that I got as a result of my subtraction. 2 with a 0 next to it is a 20. So now I ask myself, 8 will fit into 20 how many times? It'll fit in twice. 2 8s is 16. So for fitting in twice, I put a 2 the next digit over, and I multiply 2 times 8. 2 times 8 is 16. And now 20 minus 16 is 4. So 4 is good. It is less than the 8. So let's see, this one, that's done. Let me keep track of the zeros carefully. That's done. So now I bring down the next 0 to the right, next to the 4. So I got a 4 as a result of my subtraction. I put a 0 next to it. 4 with a 0 next to it is 40. 8 will fit into 40 how many times? It goes in exactly 5 times. So 5 times 8 is 40. That's good. The answer is 0. So I can't just stop there because I have more zeros. So I just brought that 0 down. So now I bring down the next 0. 8 fits into 0 how many times? Well, it doesn't go in at all. So 0 times 8 is 0. I subtract. This is going to happen a couple more times. I bring down the next 0. 8 fits into 0 0 times. 0 times 8 is 0. Subtract, get 0. Bring down the last 0 finally. 8 still goes into 0. 0 times. 0 times 8 is 0. Subtract, have a remainder of 0, fits in evenly. So the answer is 125,000. So this is money, so it's $125,000. If you have 8 people that win $1 million and they'll share it equally, each of those 8 friends gets $125,000. It's quite a bit of money. Now B says without actually doing the computation, if there were 1 less friend, so let's say there's 7, would each friend get a little more or a little less money? And it says without actually doing the computation. Now, obviously, if you have a calculator handy, you just do 1 million divided by 7, see if the answer went up or down. But just to try and reason it out is what we're looking for here. As you divide by a smaller number, the result gets bigger. As you make the number you're dividing by bigger and bigger, then the number gets smaller. So take it to the extreme. If you only have 2 friends sharing $1 million, each one gets $500,000. That's a lot more than $125,000. Whereas if you have more, if you have 10 friends sharing $1 million, each one gets $100,000, which is less than $125,000. So as you make the number you're dividing by smaller, a little less, the answer for your division problem is a little bigger.